Hello, sir. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Good evening, guys. Evening. I was just finishing a work phone call.
No. Oh. We need to rename you.
Hey.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. I see we've got some of the big kids coming to our 5 o'clock class too. Awesome. Welcome. Okay. Let's get started.
Me?
Nope.
Can you stay next to me? In the kitchen.
Come here.
Mummy, can you be there?
And raise your right hand, just like the tenants. Yep. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. And now the student oath. So, I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be champion of I shall build a more
peaceful world.
good stuff. But all. Okay. So, one more hour. Hopefully, this will be our last Zoom class for a while, and we'll be back in the dojo next week, but that will depend on what happens with the government. So, in the meantime, let's get training. Rotate your wrists. I want to play with some kicks today. Change direction. Elbows. Change direction. Arms back. And forward. Torso. Left ankle. Change direction. Change foot. Some of you guys got some awesome training spaces. And change direction. Hands on knees. It's joining good. And going down. And back. And down. And back. And then circling your legs outwards. Keep your hands up by your brain. And inwards. And circle your hips. Change direction. Sure. So as I say, I want to play through a whole bunch of different kicks today so we can do them in our own space and get a good idea of how they work when we go back into the dojo. We're going to do a range of kicks from easy through to quite tricky. And I just want everybody to give it their best go today. If you haven't tried some of these kicks before, just make sure you got a safe area around you and try your best. And if you struggle with them, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Before we get into kicks, I just want to do a little refresher of our L stance and our guarding block. Remember, with your L stance, you have your feet make kind of an L shape. So your back foot points sideways and your front foot points forwards, okay? It's about, well, we say 1.5 shoulder widths long from your front toe to your back heel, but it's a little bit longer than that when you got skinny shoulders like I have. And from here, we just bring our body weight back onto our back leg so that our knee is over our toes. Not too far, so you're like this with your hip going too far over, you're off balance. From here, your center of gravity is kind of about 2/3 of the way back towards your back foot. Okay, this knee is open. I haven't collapsed this knee forward like this. I've got to open my knee out. Okay, my front leg will then just bend naturally. Okay, so this is my L stance. My front toe and my back heel are pretty much on the same line this way. And when I do that, I'm going to naturally get about 2.5 centimeters between my heels. So that's Ninja Sogi or L stance. My body is always half facing. Don't try and turn your body too far to the front with your L stance. One of the points of the L stance is have a little target to protect when you're facing an opponent. Okay, so it's got quite a small target here. Second thing I want to work on here is just a little bit of practice again on our forearm guarding block, which we did some of earlier in the week. Okay, remember for our forearm guarding block, we're going to be in L stance. We start with our hands in front of our chest. From here, we're doing our sine wave. Down, up. And as I go up, I reach my hands behind me. And then I'll step into my L stance and my hands drop forwards. Okay, so if I'm facing this way and I want to block in this direction, I'll go down. I turn my body a little bit so I'm half facing this way. Pull my arms back. This front hand is going to go in front of my badge, my opposite badge, and that's the one that's going to do the block. And this backhand is reaching up to my eye level. My shoulder's not tense because I haven't pulled it too far back, but it is back kind of as far as I can before my shoulder tenses up. And that one's going to block in front of my other badge to guard my body. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3. So what I want everyone to do first, from here, hands in front of chest, 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Go. Left and right with your forearm guarding block. I want to see nice guarding blocks, nice L stances. Make sure you're getting your body weight on to your back leg. About 2/3 of your weight on your back leg. We say 70% of your weight.
Yeah. I'm confused.
1, 2, 3. Dip your knee to get your sine wave.
You're going like this. That's what you're doing. You're just stepping to the side and going block that way. Yeah?
Remember, if you've got your camera on, I can give you some feedback. Now we're going to do it a slightly different way. So notice that time I was stepping backwards and leaning up, looking back the way that I came, back to the middle. Now we're going to do stepping outwards. Back to the middle, step outwards. And the challenge here is keeping 2/3 of my weight on my back leg. So I don't want to do this when my body weight's too far forward. I've got to maintain my stance. Go. Keep your body facing. Levi, too much weight on your front leg. Don't rush. Ryan, reach back and reach up a little bit. Don't do little big blocks like this with no movement in your hands. You've got to reach back and get a big, strong movement. That's how you get power. Big, strong movement. Remember, you also want that little flick of your hips to help you to generate power. Okay. We're going to do heaps of these tonight, so it's good to get them right first. Alex, just make sure you're looking the way you're blocking. So if I'm blocking this way, that's where I look. Imagine somebody is attacking you. Somebody is coming straight towards you. And you're going to step back and boom, block it off to the side. Okay, just block it off to the side. Don't block too far past you like this, because then you open yourself up to be hit again. So you keep that body, in, that front arm in front of your shoulder. And it's, as you know, it's shoulder height. And come on. Okay, now we're going to go through a whole bunch of different kicks. We're going to start with front snap kick. We're going to work ourselves all the way up to like green belt techniques, green belt kicks and stuff. So we're going to do some really cool ones. But we're going to start nice and easy. From here, do our forearm guarding block, front snap kick, knee up, then out, back, and then your guarding block. Remember, for front snap kick, your tool is the ball of your foot. So you got to pull your toes out of the way. And your power has to go forwards. Don't kick upwards like this. It's not going to work. So from here, I'm going to go guarding block, front kick, other leg. Do 10 each leg. Go. Take your time. Don't rush. And I want to see strong guarding blocks.
Mommy.
No sloppy guarding blocks.
Mommy.
Strong blocks.
Okay.
Make sure you're breathing. Magnus, guard your brain. What sort of guarding block is this? That's nothing. Come on, I want to see good, strong movements. You're going to be working hard this class. Guarding block, hands up, kick. Strong guarding block, kick. Strong guarding block. Every front snap kick should be better than the last one you did. Come on, Toby. Smash that front kick out. You've got to lift that knee up.
So how many is it each leg?
Start with 10 each leg, or you can just keep going until I say stop. Good question. Make sure you're snapping out, pulling back, and then do your guarding block. Lift your knee, snap out, pull back, and then do your guarding block. Okay, come on. That's enough front snap kicks. We're going to do a whole lot of different kicks. So let's have some fun with it. The next one is very similar to a front snap kick. It's called a side front snap kick. The difference is when I do a front snap kick, my foot that's on the ground is pointing straight ahead. So if I do a front snap kick from here, the foot that's on the ground is pointing forwards, which means my hips and shoulders are straight. When I do a side front snap kick, my hips and shoulders are pointing sideways and my foot is pointing to the side. Okay, so I extend a little bit further. I'm half facing with my body. Now, the easiest way to do this is when we're doing our L stance, we kick with the front foot. This is a side front snap kick. So this is what we're going to do here. From our guarding block, front leg kick, and then we're going to step together, put the other leg back. Front leg kick, and then put the other leg back. So I'll do it sideways so you can see. Try and get lots of power from that movement. Go. Do at least 10 each leg. Try and think about how to develop power. Lifting that knee. Notice from my L stance, I'm bringing my body weight back and then I'm driving forward with the kick. I have to bring my body weight back first because if I just lift my foot up, I'll fall over. So use your front leg. Make sure your foot, when you're kicking, is pointed forwards, not on an angle like this. Just like front snap kick. Pull your toes back, pull your foot forward, push your foot forwards. Kicking with the ball of your foot, with your front leg. Kick. Kick. It's a smashing kick. So you're imagining you're going smash. Yellow belts and above, try doing your side front snap kick with your rear leg. To do that, you have to pivot the other foot. Okay, so if I'm using the rear leg, Julian, you just keep doing the front snap kick, the side front snap kick. Yellow belts and above. Try to do it with your rear leg, which means you have to pivot as you move. Okay, so my supporting foot has to point sideways. So you get a little bit more range than your front snap kick. White belts, first greens, first white, yellow stripes, all of you guys, just continue to use that front leg. There you go, keep going. If you've done 10, that's okay, do some more, but make sure you've got strong blocks. Always strong guarding blocks. When we get back in the dojang after every kick, when you do a guarding block, I want it to be strong. I don't want any sloppy stuff. Come on, Magnus, that's sloppy. You don't get better by doing that. Every kick, Magnus, think about what you're doing with it. Smash the target. Then feet together. Strong guarding block. Make the kick strong, make the guarding block strong. If you just flop around like this, you don't get better. You get better by trying hard. Miss O, with that right foot, you've got a tendency to turn your foot a little bit. Your left foot's fine, it's coming nice and straight. Make sure that right foot comes nice and straight as well, that you're not angling up sideways this way a little bit. Nice and straight. Knee up. Yeah, that's better. Lovely. Okay, come on. While we're in the rhythm, we're going to do a couple of defensive kicks before we go on to more attacking kicks. You've done these a lot. We're going to do from walking ready stance, from here, front rising kicks. Make sure your blocks are strong. 10 each leg. When you kick, just bring your hands up. When you change feet and step back, make sure you've got a good sine wave. 1, 2, 3. Sine wave. Go. 10 kicks each leg. Don't soft out on me, Magnus. When you do your front rising kick, make sure your hips and shoulders are nice and straight. Lift that leg up and control it. Pull your foot and toes back because you're blocking with that kicking foot. Keep your legs straight, Toby. Legs straight, lift it up. Leg straight, lift up. Don't let that leg bend. Manu, you can get that kick higher. Everybody should be able to do this kick at least to the height of their solar plexus, and almost everyone should be able to kick their own head height. It's not hard. It's an easy, easy kick. That's it, Ryan. Very nice. Good, Julian. Keep that supporting foot facing straight ahead. Good. Okay, that's enough front rising kicks. Let's do some side rising kicks. So for our side rising kicks, we're going to come back to our L stance. We're going to use the front leg. So I've got to pivot my back foot so it points away from my kick. So I'm going to kick in this direction. I'm going to pivot my back foot so it points away from me. hold my guarding block, and then make my leg into the side kick position and rise it up in the air. Then I'll change legs. So I'm pivoting the back foot away from me, make my guarding block with my hands, do my rising kick, and then change legs. Go. 10 of those each leg. Side rising kick. Pause for a moment. I see a couple of little mistakes early on. From here, I'll do this facing you. Your side rising kick, your body and leg should be in a straight line. I'm seeing a few of you do this. See how my bum's sticking out? That's not a side kick. It's not a side rising kick. I've got to lean a little bit and keep my body and leg on the same line this way. I try and keep my body as upright as I can, but I keep it on the same line. Don't let your bum stick out. Go. Body and leg on the same line. Remember those strong guarding blocks? It's going to get you really nice and powerful by practicing lots of strong guarding blocks. Good, Ryan. Keep the legs straight. Liam, look where you're kicking. Strong guarding blocks, Liam. Liam A, strong guarding blocks. Come on, Toby. Give it a go. Alex, I see your ceiling, but I can't see you very well.
I think Toby's not sure what to do. Could you show again?
Absolutely. Pivot the supporting foot so it's facing away from your kick. Make your hands in a guarding block and swing your leg upward in your side kick position. Then the other side. The supporting foot points away from your kick. Make your guarding block, swing your leg up. Now, Toby, all through today's class, I just want you to try what you think you see as best you can, because we're going to get into some advanced kicks, Toby. We're going to do some tricky ones, so just try your best and I'll give you feedback. This one, Toby's with a straight leg. Watch. Okay, so I'm lifting a straight leg up. It's a block. I'm not flicking. A family, strong guarding blocks. Don't rush. Make every kick unique, every kick strong, and every guarding block strong. Don't get sloppy between kicks. Good workout like this, you should feel really, really warm by the end of this. Okay, come on. Okay, that's front rising kick, side rising kick. Let's go on to yellow stripes, attacking kick, and do dolyochagi, turning kick. So from my L stance, remember if I'm facing you, facing the camera, my turning kick is on an angle over here. I'm not kicking here, not kicking to what we call my side or what seems in front of me. I'm kicking this way over here. Okay, so I'm kicking to my open side. I make my guarding block. When I lift my leg up to kick, I'm now going to pivot my supporting foot so it faces away from my kick. I'm pointing it that way, and then I'm going to kick this way. I've got my knee and foot nice and high. My foot position's ready to kick with the ball of the foot. And then step together and do a strong guarding block. Other leg up, pivot, out, back, and then strong guarding block. Imagine there's a table or something in front of you and you're lifting your leg up and you're going across the table and back again. Okay, go. 10 of those.
So what height?
Oh, pick a height that's comfortable for you. I expect everybody to be at least the height of their belt. You could be solar plexus height if that's comfortable, or if you're really comfortable, you might go for the philtrum or eye level. However, when you're kicking, make sure your foot tall, your ball of your foot is slightly angled downward like this. If your foot's sticking up like this, you're kicking too high for yourself. You have to be able to lift your knee to that height. So that's fine if that's your height. If you can go higher, great, go higher. But most importantly is get the foot angle and the technique right. More important than anything else. And strong guarding blocks. Way you go. Okay, so this is a flicking kick, remember? Knee comes up, I lean my body and pivot, and I flick out and back. Try and keep this backhand up by your face. This is not a stamping motion, it's a flicking motion. Make sure you're pivoting. And come on for a moment, watch this way. I see a few of you kicking with your foot looking like this. Your foot sticking up. At the moment of your kick, your foot has to be slightly down because I'm kicking with this part of my foot, the ball of my foot. So I have to come this way to kick with the ball of my foot. If your ankle position is wrong, you're going to kick with the wrong part of your foot. You've got to pull that ankle down, pull your big toe towards you and snap out and back this way. Okay, go. It's like if we were standing up with our feet parallel and then trying to pull our big toes up towards our noses. That's the foot position for Dolochagi. Okay, and for Yopchagi and for Yop Dolochagi and many other kicks. Julian, your foot sticking up. I need your foot sticking slightly down. Got to kick with this part of my foot. Alex, make sure you're controlling your arms. Everyone control your arms when you kick. That'll help a lot with your balance. And then strong guarding blocks. That's it, Maxime. But Maxime, watch. Your target should be to your open side. You're coming all the way around the other way. It's a nice kick, but you don't have to come up. That's it, Maxime, right there. Still got to pivot that foot. That's good. Looks good. Okay, Liam, come on. Show me those kicks. You're going to be hard and sweaty by the end of this. Just watch that foot angle. Good pivot, Liam. Harper and Kenzie, watch your foot angles. Watch your kicking angle. That's better, Julian. Good, Ryan. Toby, give me something to work with. Start your kicking so I can give you some feedback. I can't help you if you're doing nothing. Come on, Levi, don't get sloppy on me. Show me your best turning kicks. Over and across. Okay, and come on. One more kick, then I'll give you a little drinks break. The turning kick we've just done, your target is over to your side front, over here. We're going to now do a side turning kick, which is designed for an opponent to your side. So if I'm standing normally like this, my sides are over here. But when I'm at an L stance, I have one side over here and one side over here. I don't actually have a front. There is no front in L stance because it's always half facing. So my side is here or my side is here. So if I'm doing side turning kick this way, a turning kick would be here, this way. But a side turning kick would be over here to my side. That's a side turning kick. Okay, now just take a look when I do this. With a turning kick, my body folds up a little bit. With a side turning kick, it's extended out a lot more. It's open. My body's a lot more open up. So that's a significant difference. So when we do it from our L stance, just because it helps with our pivoting and things, we're going to do it all the way around towards the camera. Now, when we do this kick, our supporting foot faces almost behind us. So if I do it sideways this way, I'm going to kick this direction. My supporting foot's almost going to face that direction. All the way around. 75 degrees away. Go. Extend your body out a little bit more. Do your side turning kicks all the way around to the side. Same motion as turning kick. Lift that knee. Pull your foot back. Strong kick. Strong guarding block. Lean your body a little bit. It's still a flick. Nice massage. Watch that foot angle, Julian. Make sure it's horizontal or slightly downward, not sticking up. Okay, pause. Watch this way for a moment. I'm seeing a couple of you doing this. Okay, after you kick, you've got to control your feet. So I retract. So after you kick, don't fall forwards. Not this. Control your kick all the way back. Strong block. Go. Good, Liam G. Watch that foot angle, Harper and Kenzie. Go, Aaron. That's it. Make sure you pivot that foot that's on the ground. Alex, you've got to lift your knee up so you can kick higher. Manu, pivot a little bit more. You've got to turn your foot so you can lean away from your kick. You're turning all the way around the other way. All the way around. And then kick this way. Okay. Hello, Mason. Sorry, I just noticed you were coming in late. And pause, grab a drink. Away we go. I'm just going to quickly grab my training towel. I forgot to get it before. It's a really good idea to bring a little towel with you to training so that when you get sweaty, you can wipe your sweat off. Okay, next one. So we've done front snap kick, side front snap kick, front rising kick, side rising kick, turning kick, side turning kick. Now we're going to get into some fun ones. Side piercing kick is one of the most common kicks we do, and it's also one of the most difficult. If I start with my front leg, and beginners, I want you to start with your front leg like this. In my guarding block, I bring my front knee up and I'm going to touch it to my hand. And as I do that, the foot that's on the ground is going to turn away from me. And then I'm going to stamp out, touch my hand with my knee again, and then put my foot down. So I'll show you sideways. From here, I'm going to bring my knee up and touch it to my hand. As I do that, watch the foot on the floor. It's turning away. My foot and my knee are pointed to my target. Then I stamp out, bring it back and touch my knee again, and then I can do my guarding block. Okay? So juniors do that. Everyone else, rear leg. The angle of the supporting foot for Yop Chajadagi is the same as it is for Yop Dolochagi. Side turning kick, side piercing kick, have the same angle of the supporting foot, 75 degrees away. Go. Left, right, left, right. Feel that stamp. Jacob looking good.
Sir,
Yes, Maso.
for this one, do we kick the height of our belt?
Good question. Again, you can choose the height you're going to kick, but go at a height that's comfortable. So the belt height is probably a good place to start. Then you can go solar plexus, or you might want to go for your head level. And you do that just by leaning over a little bit more, but try and keep your body as upright as you can. Good question. So pick your height, stamp. Feel the stamping motion. Kicking with the edge of your foot sword, just like you're stamping on the ground. Liam A, Harper and Kenzie, use your back leg. I want to see you use your rear leg and pivot all the way around. Green belts and above, start doing double kicks. So every time you kick, I want 2. 1, 2. Strong block. 1, 2. Strong block. Robin, just bring your knee a little bit further around so you can stamp. That knee and foot have to point at the target so you can stamp. Toby, that back foot, the one that's on the ground, has to point away from your kick so you can stamp with your yopchagi. Okay? So from here, if I'm facing the camera, I have to turn all the way around with my back leg to stamp. Or if I use my front leg, my back foot has to point behind me. Go. Don't let those guarding blocks go sloppy.
So are these passionals or sparring turning side kicks?
Really, they should be the same, but do them as if you're doing them for a pattern. So pause it half a second before you retract. I guess that's a significant difference. Good question, Jacob. So pause them half a second before you retract. That makes sure that the instructor can see you've got a nice extension of your body. And then it gets a bit faster when you free spar. And command. Okay, one other little technical point I want to give you. Remember when you're doing your guarding block, everything finishes together. My foot lands at the same time as my hands finish. Not like this. Okay, so we're not going to do my kick. Everything's got to work together. My whole body's a team. So make that team look like it's working together. Okay, a couple more each leg. Go. That's it, lifting that knee up. Good. Come on, Alex, lift your knee. Point your foot at the target before you kick, otherwise you're flicking. That's better. It's that stamping motion. And come on. Okay. We'll lift it up a notch now. Back piercing kick. I'm going to show you this in 2 ways. So juniors. So white belts, first greens, first blues, first reds, yellow stripes. You can do it this way. In my L stance, my front leg is going to kick behind me. So my back foot points forward. I lift my foot up and then I stamp it out behind me, looking over my shoulder. Okay, and then I'll do the other leg. From here, pivot the supporting foot so it's facing that way. Bend and look over my shoulder. Lift my kicking foot up and stamp it straight back. Lift and bend, pivot the supporting foot, look over my shoulder, stamp it straight back. Straighten your leg right out. Okay, so that's for whites, yellow stripes, all you guys with a white colored belt. Yellow belts and above, you're doing it with your back leg and you're going to pivot. Julian, your belt color is white. From here, pivot, look over your shoulder, back kick, other leg. The key thing to think about yellow belts and above, it's a pivot. It's not a spin. If I spin, my back kick's going to go off target. From here, pivot, straight back. Go. 10 back kicks each leg. Nice and strong.
So can I do them flying?
If it's comfortable in your lounge to do it flying, then yes. Liam, same for you. If your floor is strong enough, you're not going to hurt yourself landing, you can fly.
Which height shall we use our stamping foot?
At least the height of your belt. If you can do it higher, you can do it higher. So at least here or higher if you're more comfortable. But get the kick right first. Okay, juniors, watch for a moment. I have to lean. If I don't lean my body, I can't straighten my leg. So I have to curl my body over this way, curl it forward. Now I can straighten my leg behind me. So you have to curl forward. From here, curling my body forward, straighten your leg right back. Go. Look over your shoulder. Make sure you're kicking at least the height of your belt. Stamp it back. It's a very, very powerful kick. Good, Mason. Just watch those guarding blocks, Mason. You missed the work at the start on guarding blocks that we did. If you're doing your guarding block towards the camera, it's this way. If you're doing it sideways, it looks like this. Okay, that's it. So if you're facing the camera in your L stance, your front hand's toward the camera, your back hand's in front of your badge. Hands towards me, Mason. Hands towards me. Okay. We're going to throw a few more in the last 10 minutes before we do our stretch. So we're going to do some of these a little bit thick and fast. So have some fun with them. The next one is Nadio Chagi, or downward kick. My back leg comes in. It lifts up across my body. And then I pull it down and I smash my heel on top of my target. This way. Notice that I'm not coming inward this way. I don't do it like this. If I do it like that, when I'm standing here with my leg in the air, someone punches me in the face. From here, I cover my body up. I come across my body and down. Go. Do a few of those each leg. Then I'll fire the next one. Straight down. Strong guarding blocks. Straight down. Strong guarding block. Pull that heel down. Breathe when you pull down. It's a lovely kick. Nadio Chagi. Your target for this kick should not be lower than your solar plexus. So you have to lift your foot up and then bring it straight down. It can't be lower than here. This is no good. I have to bring it up and then smash down on the target. That's it, Toby. Bring it up and pull it down. And come on. Okay, cool. Just want to refresh, remember on that guarding block. Hands in front of chest, pull back and lift up. And block and land. Hands in front of chest, pull back and lift up, block and land. Some of you are starting to get too low. You're doing them like this. This doesn't work. Look at the motion of my hands. I'm not going to block anything. Comes up and it comes around this way to block. Okay, now we'll do a variation of downward kick. This is called gokangi chagi. From here, instead of going across the body and down, we're going to bring it straight up and straight down. So on the way up, we can scare somebody and keep them away with our ball of our foot. And then on the way down, we smack them on the head with our heel. So straight up. Go. Straight up, straight down. Pull that foot back. Smash the heel down. Don't hit it on the floor. It'll hurt. Keep your legs straight. Strong guarding blocks. Pull your toes back just like your front rising kicks. It's the same foot position for downward kick and pick shape kick. In English, this is called pick shape kick because it's the same motion you use with a pick, or it's the shape of the blade of a pick. Straight up and straight down. Good, come on. Okay, we're going to get through 4 more kicks in the next 8 minutes, right? The first one, everyone stand normally like this. Stand like this. Imagine there's a target in front of you and you're going to slap it. Slap. Go, do that. Slap. Slap. In Taekwondo, we use 2 hands. So bring the other hand out. Slap. 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 There we go. Now we're going to do a command. We're going to do a vertical kick inward, which is just like doing that with your foot. Okay, so the part of the foot I'm going to use is this bit here on the inside of my foot. And my foot sticks straight up and down. That's why it's called a vertical kick, because my foot's vertical. Okay, so for my L stance, I've got to lift my knee up nice and high and then pull it, and it's pulled up on an angle here. And then I'm going to whip it across in front of my body and straighten my leg. Okay, so it comes up bent, and then you straighten it as you whip it across, and then you bend it again. The foot that's on the ground is naturally going to pivot with your body. Then you try and make it fast. Go, 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 go. It's a cool kick. Let's do it. Foot vertical, whip it in. Snap, smash it across like you're slapping your target with your foot. Come on, Manu. Whip that, that's it. Bring your leg up bent and then straighten it as you whip it around. Bring it up bent, straighten it as you whip it across. So it's almost straight when you hit the target. Sewo chagi. Anro sewo chagi. Vertical kick inward. It's also one of the easiest kicks to get about the height of your head. So see whether you can get your head height. It's just about how high you lift your knee. If you lift your knee high, your foot's going to come high. Yeah, good, Mason. A little bit different from a turning kick, Ryan. Keep your shoulders forward so your foot sticks straight up. With a turning kick, we angle, lean over, and go out and back. With a vertical kick, see my hips almost stay forward. Okay? So you want the that's better. And come on, cool. What comes inward is most likely going to be able to go outward as well. So we're going to start this with our front leg, bring the knee up, and go out the same sort of direction. So instead of coming inward, this time with the front leg, we're going to go outward. Go outward. Bring the knee up nice and bent. Whip it across as you straighten it, and then bend it again. Now that's for juniors. Seniors, when you use your rear leg, of course, you spin. Go. Try a couple without spinning, juniors, and then if you want to spin, try spinning. Seniors, just spin. Mason, try some without spinning first. Get the basics right. And then if I spin, I'm kicking with my back foot. Okay? When I spin, I'm just kicking with my back foot. Maso, for this one, you want to keep your body up and down. And your foot up and down. It's different from reverse hooking kick that we could do later, where you're leaning your body over. This time you're upright. Okay, so your foot sticks straight up in the air. Sewachagi, bakar or sewachagi. Outward. Vertical kick outward. It's a lovely kick and actually quite an easy one to do. Okay, come on. So, you should have noticed that with that kick, my foot was vertical during the kick, whether it's inward or outward. The next one is more like that turning kick position. It's the reverse turning kick, where I'm going to lean over and my foot's horizontal and I pull it across in front of me. If I use my front leg, I pivot my supporting foot away from me, lift my leg up, stick my bum out, and then pull my leg across. And I'm heading with the heel. My leg nice and straight. Okay, this is reverse turning kick with the front leg. Seniors, after you've done a few with the front leg, do the same thing with your back leg spinning. Now watch your training space. Do not spin if you do not have enough room, because it takes a lot of space. Now when I do Banda Dolachagi, reverse turning kick, the hand that's in front when I'm spinning comes beside my head. Here. That helps with my balance. And then I kick. From here. Go! You got to stick your bum out and pull your leg across. So your leg doesn't bend at the end of the kick. Keep the leg straight. After my kick, I retract my leg. It doesn't hook at the end. So I've got to stick my bum out first. Bum out. Pull the leg. Then retract. Bum out. Pull the leg. Then retract. Good, Julian. Just work on that ankle position, because at the moment of the kick, your foot's sticking down just like a side kick or a side turning kick or a turning kick. Same foot angle. Good. Miso, just stick your bum out a little bit more when you lift your leg up, and that way you have a bit more space. At the moment, if you stick your leg out here and then pull it, it hasn't got far to go before you'll start bending your leg. Stick your bum out as much as you can, and then when you pull that leg across, you'll stop when your body's quite straight. And your leg can stay straight through the entire kick. Okay, we're going to do one more. Told you these last few were going to be racy. This one is a variation of that reverse turning kick. It's called a reverse hooking kick. So the reverse turning kick, our leg was straight through the entire kick this way. With a reverse hooking kick, it hooks at the end. Okay, so I've got to be able to do both. Reverse turning kick, straight leg. Reverse hooking kick, it hooks at the end. Front leg or rear leg. Okay. One of the reasons for this kick is if you're doing reverse turning kick and your opponent comes inside the kick, You can hook them around the neck with your leg and trap them behind your leg. That's one of the applications. The other application is just smack them across the face with your heel. Go. Try the front leg a few times, then spin with the rear leg and feel the difference between this and a reverse turning kick. The difference is that hook. But it's really important, we're rushing a bit now, but it's really important we do that reverse turning kick well before we start getting too serious about reverse hooking kick. Otherwise, you'll never get the reverse turning kick right. It'll always look like a reverse hooking kick. Maxime, welcome to your friend. If your friend's one of our members, please just type their name into chat so that I know who it is. Oh, but welcome to your friend. And come on. Okay, coming in, sitting down. Left leg out the front, right leg out the toe over the top, and twisting the body. So we rushed through, we did quite a lot today. We covered some detail about the L stance. We talked a bit about how long it was, how wide it is, the angles of your feet, how bent your legs are. Okay, the 70-30 weight distribution, 70% on the back leg and the rest on the front, both legs being bent. So we talked about our stance, how it's always half facing. We then did some practice on the forearm guarding block, that motion of hands in front of chest, pull back, and then block as you land. So we did a bit of practice on that. And then we just went through a whole lot of different kicks. We did front snap kick, we did side front snap kick, we did front rising kick, side rising kick, turning kick, side turning kick, side piercing kick, back piercing kick. And then towards the end, we just a little bit more quickly through some fun ones. We did downward kick, pick shake kick, reverse turning kick, and reverse hooking kick. And change legs. They are some of the kicks that are required to get you through to blue belt. So we have different kicks required at each level. The earlier we start training those kicks, the better you will be by the time you have to learn them. Okay? So it's important to start now. The side piercing kick, we expect you to start getting good at that at yellow belt. And it takes a long time to get good at it. So we start at white belt because it's a tricky kick. Of course, it's cool to know lots of different kicks anyway, so we should just practice lots of different ones. And both legs out, stretch up. Miss O, I hope you're coming back for the 6 o'clock class. Oh, awesome.
Sir, I just wanted to let you know that the problem with my rib was it was cracked.
It was cracked, yeah. I wondered that when you were having some trouble with it. So I'm pretty sure, as I recall, the treatment for a cracked rib is leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got to be a bit careful with that.
I will. I'm not allowed to do any physical contact. So if we do go back to the dojang, I'm not allowed to do any sparring with anyone. I can still do patterns and all the exercises, just no sparring.
And when we're doing pad work, make sure you're always in a group of 3 so that you're not holding pads.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Sorry.
No, not at all. I suspected that's what you'd done. And legs apart. That's why it's really important. This is something for all of you young guys. You got to know the difference between ow, that hurts and I'm injured. Okay, if it hurts, we suck it up and get going. If there's a risk that we're injured, we deal with it straight away. And the injuries are things like broken bones, the cracked rib is an example of that sort of thing. So those sorts of things we deal with straight away. If it's just a bruise, toughen up. Breathe in and out. If you pull a muscle, you get a sharp tear in your muscle, we deal with that straight away. Because training on those types of injuries can make it worse. And pop to the other side. And sitting up nice and tall. Bring your legs in. You might have to finish a little bit of stretching after class because I've got to go and start the next one. Thanks everybody for coming. Hopefully we'll be back in the Dojang next week. It'll just depend on what the government says is nice and safe for us next week. In the meantime, keep safe, and I'll either see you back in your lounge next week or hopefully in the Dojang. Ta-da! Remember to write down your goals, and also remember you should be looking up the training secret of Taekwondo on page 42. Come here, Taekwondo. Hassan. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Class.